It's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
And you are pretty, lovely, and tall. You get that all the time. First, we might as well get it out of the way. You probably are so tired of answering this question about your name. Everybody must say, where did the name Sigourney, Sigourney. I've never met anyone named Sigourney.
No, I think I'm the only one in the business with that name.
You're never going to be confused.
Right.
How did it happen?
Well, I was named Susan, which is a fine name. And
good, Susan.
Yes, indeed. And but I went to an all-girls school, and I was this tall when I was about 12, and
you must be 5'10", something like that?
Maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
5'10" and a half, and I was called Weaver. Everyone called me Weaver, and I would go out of the school, and they'd say, "What's your name?" I'd say, "My name is Weaver." Or else I was called BB, which was short for bigger than a bread box. So I was reading a book, and I saw this name, and I thought, well, that looks catchy, and it's sort of curvy and pretty. I'll just use that for a while.
Sigourney.
Yeah.
What's the derivation? I don't really know.
I think it might mean gypsy.
That's good.
It's appropriate.
For somebody in show business, yeah.
If there had been a Johnny Carson already, did you ever think about another name?
I would have chosen Sigourney. Sigourney
well,
Carson.
I got it.
You got it first, so...
Not Balthazar,
Everyone told you, I don't know whether your dad did. Your dad, by the way, Pat Weaver, was one of the most creative people ever in television, would be years for NBC. And network television could use a few more people like your dad. He came up with a concept way back in the early days of the Today Show and things like that.
Right.
Got us all started.
Right.
Did he tell you not to go into the entertainment business? I understand that people did say, don't pursue an acting career, but you went ahead anyway.
Oh, well, I think they did, but I think that's probably good. You know, I think in this...
Show you the hazards right away?
Yeah, they figure if you'll be discouraged right off the bat, then what's the point? There's not enough work to go around as it is. But, yeah, I think, and also people thought I was tall and that this was not a good thing to do, perhaps.
Is that a hazard as an actress being
I think it's an asset, but I think, initially, perhaps it's hard to get work, You get a lot of character work and stuff like that.
Yeah. Somebody told me, Bob Dolce told me before the show, I don't know whether this is a trick you picked up somewhere, you learned to do something linguistically backwards or what? What do we not? You don't know?
I have only used this talent once in public, but
we're always looking for something unusual.
A novelty act, which this is.
Yeah.
We were making this film, The Year of Living Dangerously, in the Philippines, and thank you, good. And and we had to leave the Philippines abruptly because the Muslims thought that we might be doing an anti-Muslim film, which was not true at all. But so we had to leave the country very quickly, and we didn't quite get out. We had to sneak away and hide overnight in this motel near the airport, near Manila. And there was just the cast and the director, and we were sitting around, we were all a little down, And so we were listening to this sort of lounge act, and we started to pretend that we weren't, in fact, a film crew. We were this sort of third-class hack group from Australia, called Lee Conrad and Twilight. And we all had characters, and we started to pretend that this was so. And we drank a lot of Australian wine, and by the end of the night, we had convinced the musicians to somehow let us take over. There were a few unwitting people around.
Ed once thought he was Mother Teresa. So I understand how you could feel you're
Well, I didn't go that far, but my turn came, and I took the napkins from the table and stuffed them into my dress and went up there and sang... row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Dream is but a life. Lirma, 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 stream the downly gent boat your row, row, row.
You have...
Thank you. Well, I know I'll get work now. Everybody left.
Do you have the name of that wine? That's a good vintage. That was a good year. You did it the first time without even...
Oh, no, I had prepared for years for this.
I thought you just all of a sudden started to sing this backwards.
No.
You did study linguistics, did you not, in college?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I took a little course here and there that you have to take. What did you study?
Well, we were studying linguistics, but we sort of did a shortcut. it was sort of pass-fail, I think, at that point, luckily, because we got to this exciting part of linguistics called paralanguage, which is sort of non-verbal language, you know, sort of like gestures and, don't worry,
no, that's
gestures and vocal.
To make yourself known in any language?
Well, it's sort of like if I say...
Like body language type of?
Well, only I think it's body language and tone, so it's sort of like the difference between saying, you know, hello, Johnny, and hello, Johnny, you know. Like
yes, there's a difference.
Anyway, but I think I got it wrong because what we did was a friend of mine and I, we dressed up in these elf suits, which were red with blue polka dots. We made them on our sewing machines, and we both played the flute, and we entered this paralanguage course that we were part of. And we put up a big sign that said, "This is a demonstration of paralanguage." And then we went off to the side and we played our flutes, and we picked up these pies and threw them right at each other, and then ran out. We got A's. Stanford University.
It's a nice course. I did that. We got a clip here of the Year of Living Dangerously. Does this need any introduction as to what?
This,
part of the picture?
I think it's self-explanatory, but in this scene, Mel Gibson, who's a journalist, I have been putting him off, my character, who's an English diplomat, and saying I don't want to. And so he comes to this party where he knows I will be, and attempts to change my mind.
Okay, here's a short excerpt from the movie. Watch the monitor.
Excuse me, sir. It's terribly late. The investors already after the close here. Excuse me.
Good evening, old man. Are you enjoying yourself? Look, I must apologize, but I really must speak to Miss Bride. It's about an interview, Miss Bride.
You don't answer any of my phone calls.
Let's go. I got him. We can get him.
What?
I can't leave with you now. Everyone, did you got him? I'm leaving in less than a week. Not the Hotel Indonesia. All right.
Okay, get down.
The Year of Living Dangerously, an act title. Is the picture out now?
It opened across the country last week, and it's a wonderful picture.
Good. I wish you much success with it. What's next? What's next for you?
Well, I did another picture with a comedy, finally, with Chevy Chase called The Deal of the Century. It's a black comedy about the arms race that Billy Friedkin directed.
Oh, good.
So that'll be out in the fall.
Good people.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a break here. John Mosquita is with us tonight, and we will meet in a moment.